Oh. There. Doing with my life. I'm sorry, 1 second. Stuff. Hopefully my audio isn't coming through. Sorry. Hopefully my mic isn't my PlayStation mic. I was watching my VODs yesterday. I was like, oh no, why is my mic quality awful? Because I was using my controller instead of my actual mic. I'm also finishing up dinner really quick, so I apologize. Let me finish eating my dinner. Sounds okay to me, but I also didn't notice yesterday. Yeah. I was told that like it wasn't like an issue yesterday, but I just like watching my VODs just to like see if there's any like weird things happening that I can like fix. And it was definitely my audio. Audio was kind of bad. Apologize. I'm just finishing up dinner quick. When that happens, yeah, especially PlayStation controllers, like no matter like if you disable it, it still like goes into as default for some reason. I'm streaming because I had a friend ask me I was gonna stream more Dinoblade, so here I am. When you eat your food, do you ever like save like your last bite to be like your favorite like thing on your plate? Because I do. Oh my god! Hi, MB! Thank you for the sub! MB! Hi! Thank you so much! That's so sweet of you. Hold on 1 second. I realize that my... I think I'm hiding chat. Can someone say hi in chat really quick? Thank you, EC! MB. Okay. There, you guys can see each other. see chat on screen. Okay, dinner finished. I am ready to get my ass beaten again by this dino. When he starts doing the like flip attack, I can't block it because if I block it, then I take damage. Oh, nope! I don't want to go over that way. Small but mighty dino boss. Yeah, he is tanky. He is Tank. I think that's his name, Tank. Oh, hold on. Forgot I have to turn off the target lock for the boss. Oh, it's gonna be rough. Give me like a second to get used to playing. Where the fuck did he go? Oh, okay. He just blended into the rock. I didn't even see him. All right, relax. Missed? Did I miss? I missed. Fuck, he's beating up my shit, dude. But maybe I should turn the lock back on for him. He kinda... a little jumpy for a tank. Ow. Okay. Oh, it's not what I want to do, but okay. Dude. Hi, Xerxes. Hi. Okay, new combo, my bad. Holy fuck. No way. Wait, that slam is huge. That slam is huge. What? No. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, MV, wait, hold on. Pretty sure my Saga just died at end of P3, like your group blew up? Is that what you're saying? Oh shit. Wait, Envy, you're melee, right? Well, Envy, I'm pretty sure my melee is leaving my group. So I've been kind of on the hunt for another melee. we should probably chat if you are interested. That was just a warm-up round, but we actually got pretty far. Holy fuck, dude. That hitbox is huge. I have to dodge one of those. Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. I'm a little blind. That was such a good run. Hi, Glitch. It's during the week, so it depends if I'm still raiding WoW. If I'm no longer needed on WoW, I'm definitely interested. Yeah, we can yap about it in DMs if you like. Hi, Gore. Hi, Glitch. How are you liking this game? This game's really fucking cool, dude. This game's really cool. Have a good stream, Sadori. Thank you. Thank you for the 20 stream streak. You are the best score. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, relax. My bad. I missed, but I think he also missed. He needs to stop spamming that one move. Really fucking rude. Also, did my target lock go back on? I think it did. No, wait, why? Okay, I'm just bad, I guess. Why can't he just do that in the middle of the fucking air? Just change direction. Like, what? Like, I called bullshit? shit that hit me. I think I'm missing a mechanic there. I think I'm supposed to block the first one? Maybe to counter it? Yeah, because so the first one I can counter, but the other 3 flips I can't. It's the mace is red, so whenever he is red, I can't counter it. I have to dodge it. I think I have to counter the first one and then dodge the rest. Or maybe another animation happens when... Oh, I just walked into that. That's cool. Oh, I didn't know what he was doing. Fuck. That's greedy of me. Oh my god, I did it. Oi. Thank you for the bit, CC. Dude, that was so clutch. Love how he locks on flopping around on his back. For real, though. Dude, I was stressed. I was so stressed. GG's, yeah. Dude, I was a little stressed, not gonna lie. Struggling, running out of stamina. Wait, I wanted to look at... Blocking heals a small amount. Oh. Doesn't seem bad. I currently have increased damage by 10%. I mean, that's pretty good. Honestly, I think I'll just continue the damage. Yeah, so for the bosses, you can get, like... It's my, my bottom button, so, here, I'll find something to kill quick. And Hello, lag. Hello! We're lagging. Okay, we're good. Lagging for a little bit. Ooh, okay. Oh, hello, lag. Hello. What's happening? Oh, we're going into a different area? Sorry, I think my computer is crashing. Oh. Are you like a herbivore? Okay, well, okay, so yeah, so I can summon the previous, like, monsters, yeah. Quite interesting. One more hit. Oh, he leaps. Okay, I see. Oh, double feet. Oh, I interrupted it. Interrupted. Idiot. Oh, wait. Ow. He fucking tail swiped me. That's rude. Okay. No stompy. No stompies. No stompies. No stompies. Oh, I just got stomped on. He just pushed me. I'm sorry. Holy fuck. How am I supposed to dodge that? How do you dodge a stomp? Oh, tail swipe? Okay. That I can block. The tail swiping can block. Those I can't. Oh, okay, sure. That's neat. It is Elden Ring, but with dinos, yes. It's pretty neat. No stomps. No stompies. Okay, ow. Relax. Tail swipe animation. Interrupted. Oh, the zombies. I don't have any health. Okay. Okay, half health. That's not bad. Half health. Jesus. Dripping blood is so unsettling. Yeah, just a little bit. He's got a beard, a neck beard at that. Did he? I didn't even notice the beard. I was just a little intimidated by, the fact that he's eating a dino, even though he's, a herbivore. Why are you eating a dino? You're not supposed to do that. Oh, he just throws it at you and then just recalls it back? Sure. I was in the middle, my animations are rude as fuck. Okay, well that just is huge. Okay, I was in the middle of the air, sir. Rude as fuck. I think I should roll forward, honestly, for those instead of backing up. Ooh, that's pretty far. Oh, okay, he can just do that. That's neat, I suppose. Well, okay. Well, I suppose we're getting to see all his cool mechanics. Roll! Stop, drop, and roll. Oh, I forgot to fucking dodge. I mean, block. Yeah, okay, sure. Grass prices must be through the roof. The vegan dino chicken nuggets were a gateway to eating real dino meat. Oh no! Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Oh, I forgot to block that. Heal. Okay, or don't roll. It's fine. Game. Just focus target him, I guess. Roll out, roll out. Oh, oh. Oh, again? I don't know how to dodge that one. My bad, I guess. Fuck. Wait, that one's so hard. Where the stick is glowing in his mouth and he starts swinging it. Rolling backward, I'm gonna get hit. I was trying to roll forward, but hard. I'm gonna try rolling forward again when he does that. That was actually not a bad run though, honestly. Trying to get that off before he did. Oh, wait, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me. Bad run, bad run, bad run, badass run. Have we considered that maybe that dinosaur is filled with red grass, you know? I suppose I never thought about it in that way, but yeah, I suppose you are correct. Oh, I missed. I would like to reset. Can I reset? No, just kill me, just kill me. I have to get close enough to be able to use my ult thingy without getting destroyed. Oh. Heal. Guess what? Guess what? I didn't even see the stomp. Fuck. Oh, it was going good until I fucked up really badly. Well, I was in the middle of the air. Wait, I feel like if you're stuck in an animation, it should not be able to let you just do that. Okay, just kill me again. Oh, I forgot. How could I forget? That's right. I don't ever want to finish a combo because I feel like if I do, I'm just gonna freaking get hit. Oh, it's out. Oh, it's out. Remember to stay out. Oh, they're out. Stay out. Both again. Dang, he's spamming this shit. Oh, okay. I would like to move forward. I don't know how I'm supposed to dodge that. Yeah, that shit. How the fuck am I supposed to dodge that? Oh my god. Hi, Tempest. You're back again. Yeah. Hi. Getting beat to death by this dino. Fuck. Knew I should have waited. Out, and then I can heal. Dude, stop stomping me! Just a little guy! Out. Stay out. Out. It's just deterring all. Oh, I forgot to stay out. Fuck. Holy fuck. Oh fuck. Jesus. Yeah. Quick disappearing all the damn time. It's not fun, you know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be more consistent, I swear. Wait, I can just dodge it. I just have to time it correctly. But big, like, wave is dodgeable. Ah, why? Why do I keep getting fucked by that one little stomp? The itsy bitsy stomp. I knew I shouldn't have finished the combo. I knew I shouldn't have finished the combo. Every time I try to do a combo, finish the combo, he fucking hits me with a tail swipe or some bullshit. Yeah, okay. We got below half health this time. An ass. Okay, that would, you know, just kill me, please. Why can't I not dodge? Hello? Okay, just kill me this time. Again. I was trying to dodge and it wouldn't let me dodge at the beginning. You know, we're just, adding points to the death counter. That's how that works, right? The one little stomp, that bullshit stomp. Fuck off. You're gonna spam that one little stomp now? Yeah, you are, aren't you, you piece of shit. No way, that was such a good run! Curse run, curse run, curse run. First run, make frog, and then die in the first like couple mechanics of boss. There, now I'm in your Discord. Good God, keeping track of streamers who like to disappear is a pain in the ass. I'm trying, I swear. I promise. You lie, heathen. And it was such a good run previously, and then I fucked it up. On-screen celebration. Woo! What did that do? Did that do anything? No, she's an angel and can do no wrong. Thank you, AC. Thank you. Sorry, I think my PlayStation disconnected. Again, hold on. Hello? Controller? God damn, that one little stomp is so freaking annoying! Red celebration as collaboration. Dude, that one stop is gonna be the death of me, like legit. I mean, it has been, you know, but that's besides the point. I think I'm far enough out. God, I hope so. Fuck off. Holy, okay, my bad. Well, I've definitely been closer to him. Can't believe that hit me. I don't know, I'll be back here then this time. Give me that one stomp. I know you want to do it. Oh right, he can just throw that. No, I griefed so hard. I forgot he can throw his fucking stupid stick in his mouth. Jesus. That's a lie. I've never. Wait, I've seen even the most pure angels fall. Yeah, probably. If Monster Hunters were here, they would carve that dino up real good. This is true. But you're a dino. Dude, I was so close. I fucking griefed. I fucking griefed so hard. Ugh. Oh, right. He can... Not the best start, but you know, it's fine. We can just start over. That's what I wanted anyways. Just to start over. One stomp. Dude, really? You're gonna let it throw that stick at me. Hey Ben, how are you? Doing a quick check-in. Hope you're doing a great stream. I'm getting my ass kicked by a dino, so I suppose it's going good. I definitely was pressing my block button. Hello? Right, he can just do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The 1 HP. Oh my god. Wait. That was a cool death, though. Clap. Thank you. Dude, that was so stressy. Ooh, new sword. Got a sword. Oh, the sword's so glowy, guys. What does this sword do? Weapon born from extinction itself. Its jagged edge tears through armor like flesh as the creature it came from still hungers to reclaim the world it lost. Combos are faster thanks to the light material it's made of. Ooh, yippee! Thank you for the bits, by the way, Nar. Thank you for the bits, EC. Jesus fucking Christ, though. Fully restore resonance whenever you resist death through your survival. That's huge. I'm gonna grab that. Do I go this way? I'm gonna go this way. Wait, hold on. I think I should really just dump all my points into here. Confetti machine broken. Rip. Did you do it? I did. I did indeed do it. Well, don't spam the confetti machine if it's not working, you guys. What are you doing? Ubers. Oh, I forgot my drink. You guys, stop. The confetti machine's broken. Stop spamming it. You know, that's probably why it's broken. You guys broke it. You guys broke it. I was the problem. Once I left, you beat it. No, that's not true, Glitch. Can you guys stop spamming the machine? I don't know why it's not working. I almost spilled my drink all over myself. Where did I file a complaint? Anyways. No refunds? No refunds allowed. Just a little guy living in a scary big world. Follow the Chloes. What's up? Oh, you're fucking up my shit. Yeah, my combos are a lot faster. Holy shit. Hold on. Before we continue any further, I gotta turn on the target lock in the open world. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said the combo's faster. Holy. Turkey! Gobble. Go gobble. I'm writing the Google Doc as we speak. Oh, nice. I think all complaints go to the Norlock from Twitter. Possibly. That's one speedy dude. Yeah, he's zooming. He's cruising. Was this the way I came from? I'm so turned around. Oh, nope. The chicken was like T-posing. I'm lagging. Hello. I don't really want to be lagging if I got... That's another boss. That guy's boss-shaped. I do like the fact that this game is just boss after boss, which is pretty cool. Am I really want to find another boss right now? I like the glowy sword. Me too. Look, I'm just a girl. I'm just a little guy with my glowy sword. What relic stuff is that? They should let you paint your claws. Oh my god, that'd be so cute. They should give us skins or like accessories. I would wear a little bow tie or like a little bow in my one of my little spikes on my head. You know, the little spikes on my head. You see it? I would put a bow right there. A little top hat. Yeah, that'd be so cute. Speaking of relics, only 35 more level roulette for pace. Wait, you're on the pace step, Envy? Envy. That'd be so cute. Yeah, it'd be so girly pop. Or put a little bow on my tail. Or put a bow on my tail. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Oh my god. I'm sorry, sir. Wait, hold on. The boss name is sick, I didn't even know that. Why is the music in this game so good? I know, right? It's honestly so fantastic. Wait, they like fucking beat the shit out of me. Jesus, like, relax. I'm sorry. Too slow of an animation. Dude, he's so fucking cool though. His stick is so cool. It's too bad I'm fucking lagging. They stick has cool fucking boss music. I'm just staggering the shit out of him by like delaying my auto. We're fucking no longer in the boss room though. Oh, okay, sticks fucking destroyed me. Whoopsies. No, not bad for our first... Oh, hello, turkey. Oh, fuck off. These guys want to die, I guess. Okay, I guess I'll rest again. Where was his... Was it this way? Oh, I don't remember which way Sticks was. Where are you, Sticks? Sticks, where are you? I don't think you were this way. Well, actually, you might be this way. I have 8 out of 18 demi-materia thingy, if that makes you feel any better. It's got a pointy end and everything. You're not becoming the dinosaur. You need to become the dinosaur and feel how he moves. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Tempest, you're right. Alright, Sticks. I'm ready this time. Ow. Rude, Sticks. Rude, relax. Oh my god. What? Sticks is beating my ass up. Okay, usually I can cancel the other dino's red move by using my red move. Usually. Dude. I wish I would stop fucking drifting. Holy fuck. And, like, sliding? Is it lag? I don't know. I can't tell what's happening. If it's lag or... Fuck, I was trying to dodge that. Dude, what the hell? Again, fuck off. This is really fucking hard to do when they're so fucking tiny. Hold on. What? Wait, that fucking dino fucking rubber band. I'm stuck. No longer back. Wait, why am I lagging? Good. Okay. Nope, I think it was the other way. Oh, what did you say? Not gonna lie, kinda rooting for... Why are you rooting for 6? What the hell? Sorry, Stick. Did Stick just flash step? Yeah, his like his red move is like... Yeah. Hello, Sticks. Fuck, I don't know how to dodge that shit. I dodged that time. I don't know what I did though. I defeated Sticks! I did it! Oh my god. Six was kind of low-key, kind of hard. Sorry. But both. I'm on the something grind. I've killed 580 Cyclops for my drop, and I haven't gotten yet. RIP. Someone should name all their chickens after the bosses in the game. I would if I had chickens. That would be a very good naming convention. Naming all my pals and Pal World off the bosses. Sticks. Sticks was actually it was low-key kind of hard. Thank you for the bits, EC. Thank you for the celebration bits. Ripsticks taken from us too soon. Wow, I'll take Stick's weapon. Dude, Stick's weapon was actually kind of cool. I don't know if I don't think I get Stick's weapon, sadly. It would be pretty cool if I did, but no. I think I could do that there. I think I get this to 250. This to 250. You get this to 250. And then we just like evenly distribute this if I can. Sure. I think upgrading these all costs you. Yeah. Oh, which way did I come from? Did I come from that? I think I came from that way. Where's a rock? I need a rock. I need a shiny rock. I will say these thingies are very pretty. From like distance, very pretty. Oh, they're coming at me. Guess I have to murder them. More health. But damage. Are you, sir? Yep. My shiny rock. Yippee. Okay, I'm down to... lagging. I wish I could stop lagging. Holy shit. I'm going to figure out what the next boss is. Maybe slam our heads into it a little bit, and then I think I go to Eep. Gobble. Oh, that looks like that's very boss-shaped arena. Possibly, right? I'm glitching. Alright, let's see. What are you? Speed! His name is Speed! Fuck. Speed is on fire? His name is Speed. He's someone's like little pals that are like not real. It's so hard to see what it can and cannot dodge from him because he's just red. How's that fair? I think he's supposed to be a velociraptor. And that's why he has like little like buddies. I think his little buddies are things that are the ones I can't dodge. Maybe I can. Oh, I can dodge them. Okay, Speed, relax. Relax. Buddy pal. Can confirm. I think I can block. I think. Dude, he's fast as fuck, boy. I am Speed. Yeah, the fire from going too... Oh, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I love that he's so little coming out of the giant cave. Yeah, his arena boss is huge. He's just a little guy. Oh, what? Can you not? I'm just chilling by my rock. Excuse me? Did you guys see that? You guys saw that, right? Did you see him like expand like a rubber? Slenderman. Shit. Yeah, the Speed made after images. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're looking for a slight different shade of red, I guess. Thank you, EC. So very helpful. Thank you. Shit. Funny. That's so fucking funny. He like he expanded like a rubber band. I'm dying. That's so funny. Okay. Well, I do sadly have to go to EP Land. I do have quite a long day tomorrow. Can I interact with this rock again? Thank you. Oh. I think we're raiding tomorrow. I think. I'm not quite sure what's happening. But you guys, tomorrow, if I raid, I'll stream. Ooh, thanks for a good stream. I love Stick and Speed. Yeah, of course. I wasn't actually gonna end up streaming today, but my friend asked if I was gonna play more Dinoblade, so like, well, if I play more Dinoblade, I might as well stream it. So it's been fun. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will probably see you guys tomorrow. Bye!